Hello and welcome to this review of the Busker Triple Cask Triple Smooth. So the Busker line of whiskeys was introduced in 2020, and I bought this last year at Walmart. I didn't know anything about it. I had seen it around, and then I went in there one day and they had it on closeout for $10. So I said, for $10, I know it's more expensive than that, and it certainly is. I guess it just didn't sell like they wanted it to, so took advantage of it. So they used 3 different casks for this blended Irish whiskey. They age some of it in bourbon casks. I don't know what percentages. They age some, maybe it's a third each. Some of it in marsala cask and some of it in sherry cask. Okay, so you got 2 different types of dessert wines, marsala and sherry, and then you got the bourbon over here. So they claim it gives it a unique flavor, and so we'll see. Never before had it. I see there's a pretty good amount of video reviews for it, just for 3 years going. Now they make a single grain version, they make a single malt version, and then there's others that they make also. They seem like they're coming out with something new all the time. And this is produced at a place called Royal Oak Distillery. And they say the website for Royal Oak is saying we no longer give tours here. It's not open to the public. I guess they tried doing that. I don't know what happened. They used to give tours at Barton's 1792 Distillery in Bardstown, Kentucky, but for whatever reason they stopped that. Maybe they'll restart it again. Okay, but anyway, I was glad to get a hold of this. I've been sitting on it for a while. It's been sitting on that shelf. Now I get to try it, so here we go. And I've been pleased with Irish whiskey. Like, it's not the most dynamic flavor, or I should say, in some ways it is in its unique ways, but it's not the boldest type of whiskey that I've had. Now, I've only had blended. I haven't had any single grain or single malt Irish whiskey, okay? But it's pleasant. It's mild and pleasant, and I think that's what makes it so popular. A lot of people like mild, pleasant whiskey. Okay, so the appearance is golden. And this Crown Royal blended Canadian whiskey glass. It's making some nice long, not exactly even, but nice, and well, I guess it's evening out now. Widely spaced alcohol legs. Very nice, clear as a bell. All right, do they add coloring? I don't know. They don't say. There's no age statement on the other. The minimum is 3 years. Irish whiskey has to be aged at least 3 years. In Canada and Scotland, it's also required to be aged 3 years. In the United States, well, there isn't an age requirement for whiskey. I've seen bourbons that were 6 months old. True story. I saw one at Walmart, had it on closeout, but even that price for a 6-month-old bourbon, I wasn't willing to buy it. Okay. I didn't think the closeout price was that low, is what I'm saying. Okay. Now on the website, they talking about toffee and cinnamon and all these tasting and aroma notes, and I don't remember all of them, and it's probably a good thing. But I usually don't pick up all those things anyway. You smell the grain alcohol, the maize, as they say in Europe, or corn, as we say here. I guess they eat maize on the cob. Get that ethanol, and then there's a nuttiness. To me, it's a nuttiness. Get that in a lot of American blended whiskeys, and Canadian too, but nuttiness, or what kind of nut, I don't know. Pecan. Walnut. Macadamia, I don't know. It's, to me, pecan or walnut. Marsala. I like marsala wine. Sherry. I like sherry. Now, There's so many different types of sherry though. No. Bourbon. It just seems generalized and amalgamated. Like you can't pick it out. I can't pick out any individual things. So let's go with the taste. Cheers. Same thing, you get the grain spirits. What percentage of it is grain? What percentage is pot still? What percentage is single malt? Seems to me like it's maybe at least 75% column still grain spirits. Okay, aged 3 years, maybe minimal. There's some little tingles of like the dessert wines, those fortified wines, the bourbon casks, but it's all little glimmers of it. Little wax. Now it says imported by Serrano International. And I think that's one half of a company. I was looking at their website, Ilva di Serrano. There's an Ilva liqueur, and there's the Serrano liqueur, and a famous the Serrano liqueur. I guess they merged, combined to a single holding company, parent company. But then they had the Busker on there. There's a rum line, like a creative craft rum line that they produce in Marsala, Italy. There's a gin that they make in Italy. It's called engine oil. It's like an engine oil can, looking can, you know, something about Italian car racing or something like that. And there's a vodka, Italian vodka, and then, but most of what they have on there is liqueurs. I mean, that's their specialty, liqueurs. But they wanted to get into spirits too, I can see, or they got a hold of some spirit companies. So how's this going to stand up to Paddy, Jameson, Bushmill from Northern Ireland, Bushmills, I guess it'll be in the mix. Probably do okay. You never know, but you never know till you start doing the blind taste test. Oh, Tullamore Dew is another big competitor. There's like a little honey note also, like you get on Cuddy Sark Scotch whiskey, like a little strange honey note. Yeah, it's good, but I don't see anything great about it. It might need more deep speculation that I don't have the ability to give or to pursue, I should say. I can't give you the results of the pursuit because I don't have the ability to do to carry out the pursuit. But from somebody like me that has a basic understanding of whiskeys, yeah, it seems fine, but I'm not seeing the excellence in it. Could be something I'm missing, like the owners of the company might say it's too elaborate for you. You have too many simple, not abilities. Well, probably it leads to that, but like simple faculties to or perceptors to deal with it. But I don't know. I was tasting the other ones. They seem more. The ones I've mentioned seem more elaborate than this and better, frankly. But it's good. It's a good whiskey. If you ask me, is it a good whiskey? I'll say yeah, especially for $10. But overall, I'm gonna go with B. I'm gonna go with the B. I'm gonna say 85. It's an 85 out of 100. It's a good product. But I think if I'd have paid the $32, I might have been I would have been disappointed. But I seem like about once a year. There's a spider on my cap, getting to jump off. Seem like about once a year I'm running across some whiskey that they're closing out, and then to be $5 or $10. Or in the case of Tullamore DEW, it was $13. But at the time, it was $26 for 13. I thought it was great. It's gone up to 29 now, but I got it for 13. So anyway, but that's really irrelevant to the whole. I don't score according to the price. I'm scoring according to what it is. So I'm just saying it's a value thing. But yeah, a B. That's all I can do. Sorry. And that oftentimes when I do these, as a sip on them and then put them in competition, the score will go up. Well, right now we're starting at B, good, but just that's it, good, a good product. And I'm going to end this review by saying, well, you can't take a tour there unless that changes. So go to your local liquor store and pick up an Irish whiskey and check it out.